Alright, Paisan, we back for another Aether Raids season. So, a very special and interesting season, because this is the first chance we've had to use Hodr, who is basically the mythic hero that released on the same banner as Baldur. They are very similar in function, where they just break the safety fence if one of your units gets initiated on. So, this was the setup that I ran this season. We got Hodr here standing in for King Freyr because she does have penalty cleansing. While it's not as good as his, it's still pretty good, and I deem it to be worthy enough that you could just run Hodr and get rid of King Freyr finally on anima defense, which is a big plus here. And the rest of the team is pretty self-explanatory. I don't think we need to really go too much in depth here. We've got Burger King as the near save, we've got Alir as the far save, we got Hector to set up stone tiles and make Camilla's life a little bit harder, because that way she can't just warp all willy-nilly. Then we got the Emblem Micaiah with the Lin Ring and her reposition antics. I've got the Micaiah ring on Hodr. It's not a very good fit on her, honestly. Like, she would be much better off with the Lin Ring, but then if I were to give her the Lin Ring, what ring am I giving to Micaiah? So I just went ahead and gave her the Micaiah ring because there was really no one else here that I wanted to give it to. And then we have Erica, who is another one of our offensive options, and she's providing a little bit of support here. She gives empathy support, and then Hodr gives bonus doubler support. So out of nowhere, our units can actually get some really high stats, which is pretty fun. And then Micaiah, of course, has debuffing. She's got Attack Res Havoc, which does Sabotage and Schism, and then Hodr is also doing Discord debuffs. So overall, it's a pretty solid team, I guess, but I'm not really personally impressed by this. I have Rhea as another supporter as well, just for the Drive Miracle, and also Rhea with Hardy Bearing is really annoying, so I just decided to plop that on her right there. So let's go ahead and take a look at these defenses now. We have a lot to look at, actually. I don't know what happened, but within the past, the past 10 hours, we had 4 people fight the defense. I don't know why that happened. Like, what was going on that made my defense so popular for the RNG to pit people up against? But that's just how it went. And we did have one loss right here. We had one person who actually knows how to play the game, and then everyone else just didn't care. They just packed it in. So, okay, let's go ahead and take a look at these replays now and see how we did. So this is the first one we've got. Actually, I should talk about this for a second. I was going to do this. I was going to run Final Boss Fallen Alir here with just a bunch of Mythic heroes to get the blessing boosts on her stats. So it would be harder to take her out. And it seemed like a decent idea. It would go a lot smoother if I had Burger King instead of Alir. But it's not fire season right now, so you can't use Burger King for this strategy. So I tried Alir, but in testing, Duo Mark just bullies her way too badly. So at the last second, I decided to change this and just go for something a little bit more traditional, which is the defense that I showed off at the start of the video here. Oh, Hodr goes in on Needhogger and just one-shots her clean. Yeah, Hodr's got some serious firepower, man, with that rifle of hers. She's hunting like it's deer season here. But yeah, I didn't really set her up in a good way where she would be able to play her phase too often on this defense. But, I mean, it's still nice to see her packing so much of a punch. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start looking at defenses with the actual defense now. Okay, so this dude with a level 9 Fiorm. Oh, boy. Alright, yeah, you already know what kind of defense this is going to be. My god, I hate these so much. They really need to add a tier above Vault of Heaven. Like, how about Vault of Asgard or something? I don't know, because Heaven is not high enough anymore. We need something even higher. I feel like there's just way too many people in Vault of Heaven that just phone it in and don't really care, don't really try on offense or defense, really. So, we need, like, a top 500 cut for a tier like that, and just, like, let the top 500 players just go all out against each other in there. Okay. Oh, boy. Okay, so yeah, this guy, he didn't even want the smoke. Oh, my God. I always hate showing off defenses like this where none of the replays are really anything we can learn from. It's just people phoning it in, really, and not actually trying to win. Not that I blame them or anything. I mean, look at the game we're playing and then tell me whether it's actually worthwhile for them to try or not. But at the same time, for what we're trying to do here, we're trying to show off some good defense replays. Not really beneficial to us. Okay, so the ultimate strategy, bait with Veil. Yeah, let's see how that goes. Not too well, huh? Oh my god. I don't even want to watch the rest of this, man. Let's just get out of here. He kept trying. He lost 2 other units, but if his opening move is to just bait with Veil, that tells you all you need to know about that one. Okay, this time we've got Regan. We got another Veil. We got Camilla. We got Satyr. Yeah, Plumeria, and then Machu. Oh, interesting. Okay. Let's see what he's going to do with her. She just recently came out, too, so I haven't really had much time to see what she's capable of. Alright, so Hector setting up stone tiles as he's meant to do. Just make Camilla's life as hard as possible. Alright, he's waiting it out. I'm not sure what he's waiting on, but he's waiting. Biding his time for something. Okay, I guess it was the Bolt Tower that he was waiting on. Alright, so Camilla comes in, takes out Burger King. It's not fire season, so he's got no blessing boosts. And then it looks like he's going to try to hit and run from here. Okay. Well, we do have a lot of shenanigans, so it's possible that we can snipe somebody. Alright, not with Hodr, though, because I don't really have the optimal ring on her. Okay, he made it through the first turn, which is good. Alright, so Camilla bops Hodr there and then gets hit by Mikaya's Kanto Curb. Alright, Machua takes out the unit in the corner over there, and then... Okay, I don't know why he left Camilla wide open like that. Because I have the Mikaya, or I have the Celica ring on my Aleer. So she could just warp in and take out Camilla like that. I don't think this guy actually did too bad. Maybe he didn't check that I had the Celica ring on Aleer and he thought Camilla would be okay over there. It's possible, I guess. And it's not like he has warp bubble anywhere that he could just, like, prevent the warp from happening. Okay, so I guess that one was, like, kind of okay, but he just made a misplay. Alright, this time around, we've got Ector Deer. We got Ashura. We've got Rhea. And we got Baby Camilla, Elincia, and Thor. Alright, so maybe Rhea's going to try to bait us here. Our primary unit for offense is Erica, because she's got the best reach. So, if she is tanked by Rhea, this guy might be okay. Unfortunately, not the case. Yeah, Erica, with the amount of support we're getting here, we get bonus doubler from Hodr, then we get Imbue and Reflex from Burger King, and we're getting Fell Spirit from Aleer, too. So, it's just a lot of support on that Erica, making Empathy a lot juicier and just making her player phase a lot better. Alright, here's the next one. Okay, so we have the dreaded Elm and Emblem Lyn combo. Alright, then we got Satyr, we've got Valentine Edelgard, we got Ashura, and Altina. Alright, so he's going to try to snipe us with Lyn here, I would imagine. Alright, so takes out Micaiah. Or actually, what? Whoa, hold on a second. Fails to take out Micaiah. Well, it's because he doesn't have Fatal Smoke on Lyn, but still, that's kind of interesting that he was unable to get that KO there. Well, we do have Fell Spirit on Micaiah, so she gets the true damage reduction from her special twice. And then Rhea was giving us miracle support. But even with all that, I would still imagine Lyn would be able to take out Micaiah. Okay, so now we're moving in. We had his safety fence broken by Hodr, so... Yeah, his attack on Micaiah, he shouldn't have even bothered if he wasn't going to get the KO. Alright, his bonus unit comes in, and it happens to be Needhogger. I'm not running a bonus unit, actually. And it's not because I didn't want to, I just forgot to place the structure down. So, yeah, I don't have any slot 8 unit coming in here. I don't really think it would help us too much anyway, although... If I were to run a unit, it would probably be someone like Needhogger or just like someone super tanky that could be a late game option for us. But yeah, I forgot to place the structure, so We're not getting no bonus reinforcement coming in here. Okay, so this time around, we have the Lost to look at. So we got Lynn and Elm once again. Then we got Emblem America. We've got Thief Layla, or not every Layla is a thief, but the rearmed Layla. Then we got Ashura and Regan. Okay, so out of all these replays, these 12 replays, this is the only guy who knew what he was doing. Or I should say the only guy who wanted to actually play the game. So there is a successful snipe with Lynn on Micaiah. All right, we did break his safety fence with Hodr, and we're going to start moving in, but we don't really have the best shenanigans. Micaiah is really the only unit that has good shenanigans with her Lynn Ring and reposition combo. Because Hodr really gets holed up pretty bad by the gravity on the Micaiah ring. So we can't really reach as far with her as we would with other units. All right, his bonus unit comes in, and it's Emblem Sigurd. And then he gets the Bolt Tower off on Hodr and Burger King. All right, so Sigurd goes ahead and takes out Hodr. Sure. Honestly, he could just take his time at this point. He could just hit and run, because our units are in really bad formation, and we've lost a lot of HP on Burger King, so he's not going to get Imbue and Reflex anymore. And the remaining armored units shouldn't be that bad to take out. I'm pretty sure Erica would be able to beat all of them. Alright, yeah, he's just taking his time here. He's going to beat them one by one, I guess. So, yeah, in other news, we do have the calendar, which dropped today, telling us that the Choose Your Legends banner is going to be on the 15th. So I would expect the Choose Your Legends Fate channel is going to be on the 13th at 11 p.m. EST, my time. So if you're wondering what time that Fate channel is going to be, that's when it's going to be, pretty much. I believe 11 p.m. EST would be 9 or 8 p.m. PST. And I think PST is the time that Fate typically goes for. So yeah, there you guys go on the timing of events. And then we got the 4 replays that we got today, which is quite a lot for the last day. Alright, so this guy's got Sigurd, Ashura, Elm, Emblem Lynn. Then we got Naga and Needhogger. So once again, Elm and Lynn. I don't really think that works anymore. With Hodr being able to snipe the safety fence, and Baldur as well, I don't really think Elm and Lynn is that good of an idea anymore. It was good before when you could just abuse the safety fence and snipe like 2 or 3 units for free. But you can't really do that anymore, so I don't know. It feels like a kind of a old school strategy that's not really going to work too well anymore. Also, Lynn's potential for KOs is taking a nosedive with some of the recent units we've got. Okay, this time we've got Ashura, we got Rhea, we got Baby Camilla, Elm, and then we got Ninja Lucina and Plumeria. Okay, this is more so what I would expect would work, having Baby Camilla with Elm. Baby Camilla is still the single best offensive unit in the game. Not sure if that's ever going to change, because they decided to end power creep for some reason. But the only reason I can imagine that they ended power creep is because of that survey they did for the anniversary. Like, maybe too many people complained about power creep, so they're like, alright, let's tone it down, let's see how the game fares for a little bit like that. Although, I will stand by my guns and say they chose the worst possible time to end power creep here. Alright, really, this guy is just wasting a lot of time here, isn't he? He has not found a single opportunity to take a swing at us. Alright, going for a lot of repositions. Finally, Elm goes in and takes out Rhea. I'm guessing he had to do it with Elm because Burger King with near save was going to tank everybody else. Alright, then we got the gravity trap over there. I have the real hex trap and the real gravity trap over there because Hector provides the stone tiles in all the other spaces, so Camilla can't warp. And then if Camilla does warp, we can just trap her. Alright, we got 2 more to go. Alright, let's wrap these up quickly. Oh, okay. We got the attuned leaf here. All right, my first encounter with that guy. All right, then we got Camilla, we've got Elm, and then we got Vale, Plumeria, and Hodr. You really don't see Hodr anymore. Interesting that she's here. Okay, so just ends his turn completely on the first go. Right, we get a repo off with Elm, and we do have Kanto Curb, so it does make it a little bit harder to melee your way up the right-hand corner. And Elm just got stuck there, so we're going to go ahead and snipe him now with Micaiah. Or I guess we're going to snipe Elm instead, or snipe Leaf instead, and then Erica goes in on Elm. So yeah, I guess this guy didn't check skills and didn't see that I had Kanto Curb on Micaiah. So he thought it might have been safe to try to go up the right side, but it wasn't. Okay, so here is our final replay. Alright, this guy has got Elm, we got Emblem Lyn, we've got Baby Camilla, we got Yunaka, and then Nidhogger and Fiorm. I'm honestly kind of stunned we did not fight a single Duo Marth here. Because Duo Marth just baits this entire team. And there's nothing we can do about it. We can in Light Season a little bit, because Baldur has a good matchup against Marth where she just flips all of the bonuses into penalties. But Hodr doesn't do that. So Duo Marth is really strong as a bait option against this defense that I've got here. Maybe not after we get the Brave units, though, because we are getting Brave Baldur, and I would presume that Brave Baldur is going to be built very similarly to the Mythic one, where she possibly flips bonuses into debuffs again. And that would make her a nice fit on a defense team, actually, for Anima Season. So, yeah, that could be interesting. This guy, he just surrendered as soon as Camilla got trapped. So, yeah, there you guys go. That was all of the defense replays. We had a lot to look at, but I tried to speed through it a little because, I mean, most of those were not even defenses that we can count as real wins, but it is what it is. So, there you guys go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Once again, the Choose Your Legends Fate channel should be on the 13th at 11 p.m. EST, which is 8 p.m. PST for those in the West Coast. So, that's all for this one. Hope y'all enjoyed it, and I'll catch y'all again on the flip side.